Hi, my name is Dave and I'm part of the Queen Elizabeth Prize for Engineering Ambassador Network. And today we're going to make a Christmas themed slingshot for a potential present for one of your loved ones. So what have we got to be able to make this? So we need 9 bamboo sticks or dowels, long ones. We need some elastic bands. We need a little pot. We need some projectiles. I've got these little pom-poms. We need something to make a Christmas tree out of, and we need some tape and some colouring crayons and things like that. So let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is get our dowels and remove any sharp ends. You can do this with scissors. Just do it safely and into a bin if you do have one. If you do that for all of them, I've got some that I've prepared earlier over here. So if you take your dowels then, take 3 at a time, and then if you get some tape, and start taping these dowels together. Take a length, I don't know, a few centimetres long, take it around one end of one dowel, take another dowel, put it a little bit away, so just a tiny gap away, and then twirl the tape all the way around the sticks. If you then repeat this multiple times for this one dowel, so you put 3 dowels together, you then get to the slightly trickier part of putting these 3 dowels into a triangle. And it's the triangle that's the engineering concept that we're really looking at today. Now the triangle is one of the strongest shapes in nature, and I'll show you a little bit about why and how that is later. This third part of the triangle is a little bit trickier to tape up. Don't worry if it's a little bit messy, but just put a couple of bits of tape on to secure it, one around the top and one around the bottom if you can. And just make sure there's no sticky edges left. So that's great. So you've now produced one triangle, and then I've made 2 other triangles earlier, and we're going to use all 3 of these to make our slingshot. So the next stage is to take your 3 triangles and start adding them together. So take your tape again, and around the top where you did your final joint, you put all of those joins together. So we're going to add 2 together at one time. Again, take the tape, twirl it round, and it's best if you can do 2 bits of tape, one at the top and one at the bottom of your triangles. Again, let's repeat that for all of the different triangles that we've got. So once you've got to this stage, put that to one side and get some elastic bands. Now you need 3 elastic bands for this, and again, you can go for more if you want to be able to make the catapult stronger or test out how it functions. So if we take one of these and pass it round and through, and then you can pull it tight. So you see that? It gets a little join on the dowel on the side. And if we continue to do this on the 3 other sides of the same triangle, then you've got a perfect area for your slingshot. So for this next stage, you might need some slightly stronger tape, such as sellotape, to stick the elastic band onto the cup. If you start with one of the sides, this makes it normally easier. Try and get as much of the elastic band onto the cup as possible, and start then going around the side with your sellotape. Then if you try and go about 1/3 of the distance round with your next elastic band, this can start to get really tricky. And then with your 3rd one, then this is the hardest of all, but you should just be able to get this on. It might need a second pair of hands at this point to be able to do it, but you can get the sellotape around that and holding on to your little cup, just like that. So you should end up with a catapult just like this. And then let's just do a little mini test while we've got it here. put your little projectile in, and then pull it back, let go, and it fires. Okay, so the final stage is to create something to aim at. Now what I've done is I've created myself a little Christmas tree template, and then I've started to do some colouring in on that. You can go to town on this and you can really decorate this as much as what you want. You can either cut it out like I'm doing now, so you can create little targets such as this, and then you can come together with your family and play a little game of shooting at the target over Christmas time. Oh, I missed. Now what's the engineering lesson from this? Well, triangles are really strong as a shape. And as you can see from this, it's really strong when you try and push it down. It's because the force that's put at the top of a triangle, such as here, is distributed along these two sides evenly. Now, if you compare that to a square made out of the same materials, actually more material to make this square, you can see that, again, it's perfectly strong when you push on the corners directly down. But if you put any force on it in any direction, it just collapses. And this is why triangles are so useful in engineering and in structural design, because if you push down on this, they don't move either way, they are just distributing force evenly. Now have that chat around the fireplace at Christmas. Thanks, bye-bye.